we look at Jay-Z. Jay-Z, you could say Jay-Z is the best rapper alive right now, like in a broad scope. But he's not connected in the way that Kanye is connected.
Speak on it.
Like this is no hate to Jay-Z, no shade. Like he's a great artist, but he's not connected to my generation.
I was gone by the next week. Who they testing?
So let's talk about Kanye.
I mean, Kanye, he's the number one manga rap artist in the world.
Yeah.
Really of all time. If you look at what he's done.
When we think about manga mentality, when we think about how manga has influenced hip hop, and through that the black community, why do you feel like Kanye is like the number one rap artist for manga?
Because he went above and beyond. It's one thing to put a lyric in a song and put the song out so like you hear it and it's good. I'm not mad at that. That's definitely appreciated. But he went above and beyond. He put it in the videos. He put it in the ideas. Even still, when he did the Donda show, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the all red suit that he had on, that was from Akira. And he doesn't have to tell everybody that it's from Akira.
I did not know that.
When you see it and you look, it's like you just know. You just know if you already know what's going on there, and you know like his history, because he's mentioned Akira many times before. He's tweeted about it. He puts it in his other music videos and Stronger. He put it in Stronger. The whole video of Stronger, he took it from the Akira movie. I'll say he interpolated it, put it into his own words and his own vision, and that's how we got what we got now. So he does it. He goes hard. That's why I gotta give him credit.
I've been a Kanye fan for a very, very long time. I have never known that he used so much inspiration from anime. And you said the all red that he was wearing on Donda?
Yeah.
Which character is that?
It's the hero. Hero.
Okay.
You ain't gotta. I don't. If I say his name now, it's gonna be a spoiler because it's like a big part of the movie itself. But go watch Akira. Go watch the movie Akira. But the hero.
Okay.
I feel like I see it like in a lot of his clothes and design too. Because I remember when I first started paying attention to Kanye's fashion, I was like, bro, what does he have on? And then like if you watch stuff like Dragon Ball Z,
you can see it.
And like you see it, so I'm like, okay, this dude really think he a character then. I'm like, maybe I need to get me a little character.
I mean, that's really what it is. You hit the nail on the head. It's like he is transforming himself into a character. I don't know if it's trying to be like more relatable, if he's just doing it for the look, but he's doing it.
Nah, for sure.
Whatever, he's still doing it. So I gotta give him credit for that. Like there's other artists who have put their reasons for what they're doing in their video, whether it be anime related or not. And there's people who have used anime in their videos, but not to the extent that he has. Not to where it's like he's perfectly combining our world and that world. Because a lot of guys, they do it, or it might be rushed, or it might be like it's kind of vague and might just be animated, but he's really like, he's showing you in a really in-depth way. So that's why I give him that.
Okay. So he used Akira as inspiration both at the Donda and in Stronger? So what part of the video was that?
What part was it not? It was basically the whole video, either between when he was walking really dramatically into the wind, when he was floating in like that hospital bed and they had the thing spinning around him, when he was on a wall crawling all injured, when he had the flashing lights when he's going through the city, and like the light strobes, you see like the neon effect. That's all in the movie.
Oh wow.
That's all in the movie. They said they made new colors when they made the movie to accentuate like the wow effect. When you saw it, new colors. I didn't believe when I heard it. New colors. I was like, what do you mean new colors?
Yeah.
It was different shades of like red, pink, and blue. They created basically just so that you couldn't look away. Especially then. This is like this is like almost 35 years ago. They don't have any of what we had. No, it's no HD stuff back then. It's just you got strobe lights. That's enough. You're caught. You're hooked. And I imagine that's how he felt. And that's how he brought us where it is now.
Oh, for sure. And he definitely stayed consistent with that. You know, sometimes like coming in the game as an artist, like sometimes you get kind of like, oh, I want to come in this way. I want people to imagine this when they hear my name. Like he didn't fold. He stayed like the whole way.
He definitely did not. He did not go back on his word.
Facts.
He did not turn back on that. He said, "This is it.
Nah,
This
for
is
sure.
what I don't do."
Nah, for sure. But then again, I think from just like a marketing kind of aspect too, like being a designer or, you know, being involved with like, you know, the videos and everything like that. Like that's what we grew up kind of seeing as kids. You know what I'm saying? Like comics. You know what I'm saying? So when you're trying to like catch somebody's attention or, you know what I'm saying, get to a certain demographic, especially kids, you know, like kids and like they're like the main kind of source that keeps this music, you know, this whole industry going. So if you have a graphic that kind of mimics a comic, it's like automatically like up here you connected to it.
Yes, I know.
So so I think he knew what he was on. Like, nah, I'm a lock in.
But you know what? That's when you mentioned the kids, that made me think why Kanye is still so relevant to like a 16-year-old, a 15-year-old, and even though he's like almost 50 now, that's why he's like so relatable to them because he's still tapped in, like he's still tuned in with the new generation.
Right. That's definitely the case because you think about people from his class. Like, we look at Jay-Z. Jay-Z, you could say Jay-Z is the best rapper alive right now, like in a broad scope. But he is not connected to my generation. Like aside from
speak on it.
Like this is no hate to Jay-Z, no shade. Like he's a great artist. But he's not connected to my generation.
Right.
I can hear his music and definitely appreciate it. Like I said, it's good music, but he's not connected in the way that Kanye is connected.
Yeah.
Like you there's kids younger than me in high school right now, like 10th grade, that know some Kanye songs word for word, old and new.
Yeah,
because he just never went back. Like he stayed current, but he didn't abandon his old self to stay current. He just grew with it and stuck with it.
And you know what's interesting is that Kanye was able to move with the times. Although every time he was doing that, he caught a lot of flack.
Oh yeah,
like as soon as the album drops, everybody's like, "What is this? This sounds weird." Right. Like, what was when it was his album with dang, I forgot the name of it. But when it first came out, it was people were talking mad trash about it.
Talking about the Jesus album.
It was Jesus.
It was
yeah, it was Jesus. They were like, "What is this?" But then when they like looked into the art of it, then they're like, "Wow, this is actually the hardest album that's out right now."
He simply did not miss. He simply did not miss.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure there's some reference in there too from anime. Yeah.
It's not even like it's not. That's what I'm trying to say. He stuck with the times, but he didn't abandon who he was to do it. He just combined the two, and I think that's why it's so prolific. When you look at it, like, wow, I didn't realize that he was so meticulous with his actions. Because people think of Kanye as like this reckless dude who just does whatever. But when you look at
which he is,
but think about it. It's not, no, I'm saying like it doesn't encapsulate his whole character. Like I'm not saying he never done wild things. He has done some wild things.
He's doing wild things.
To this day.
But even though he's doing all that, he still managed to keep his meticulousness when it comes to his artwork, which is what I came for. Yeah. I came for the artwork.
Yeah.
He's himself over there. I'm like,
and you know
this song is really good.
And you know what? That I realize that's the problem. People are going to him as to be like a role model or an image for their children. And I don't know.
I ain't come here for all that.
I don't know if everybody is supposed to be that.
Nah, but when you trying to run for president and do all this, come on, bro.
Now run for president.
That's what I'm saying though. You can't be up trying to run for president and you acting like a nut. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, like be an artist. You feel me? Be in your lane. But when you start trying to, do all this other stuff, it's just like, nah, man.
But question, it is wild that he's doing all that stuff. But does that make you like his music less?
Nah, like, I mean, being a musician, like, it's separated for me. But I'm just saying, like, when you cross lanes and getting political, like, you start, like, affecting, like, more than the musicians. You feel me? More than the kids. You start affecting cultures and a lot of things like that. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? But,
so you're speaking in the perspective of Kanye, not the audience. Like, the Kanye should be able to separate the two? Or should the audience be able to observe him in two different lights?
I mean, you're saying he shouldn't be doing what he was doing, like going and doing these different things.
Yeah, for sure.
I disagree. I think if you can do it and you have the power to do it, and you can do it. I'm not
The power to do what though?
He had the ability. I mean, he had the ability to get to the places that he went to. Whether or not he succeeded, that's different. But he at least got there. Now, of course, whatever happened is a result of his own actions and actions of the people. But he had the power to get there. I'm not mad at him for trying. I'm not mad at him for saying I want to be a president and running for president. I'm not mad at that. It's just,
and that's not even the craziest thing.
That's not even crazy. I'm saying, and at the end of the day, it ain't that bad in relation to everything else that's going on.
Look, if you look at Kanye, right? Like, if you just imagine when Kanye first came in the game, right?
Okay.
Like, we talking about before 2009 when he walked up on stage, just before all the Taylor Swift stuff. Like, your image of Kanye was what? Comics, right? Like, he was a character. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then later on, as he's grown in the industry, like you saying, he changing the culture and everything. And then he just start walking up on stage, snatching people awards. And granted, Beyonce did deserve it. I feel like that here too. But come on, bro.
But who was gonna do it?
How far do you supposed to go out in your character?
If not Kanye, then who?
Because it look like you would do anything for your character. Hey man, if he did it. Like how far? Like what's the line though?
But Kanye is. And we see this even with his music. And clearly we're seeing this when it comes to political stuff or even stuff like snatching people's awards. If not Kanye, then who? Who's going to step up and change the whole game? It's been Kanye every single time. And what happens? He catches flack. And then everybody's like, you know what? That actually did make sense. But he has to, first, he is not like a stranger to controversy or anything like that.
No.
And that's kind of like the worst thing about it, too, is that he just accepts that whatever he'll do, he knows he's probably going to catch flack about it. So I think it don't even really hurt him no more because he knows that afterwards, he's going to be like, oh, you know what? I kind of agree with Kanye. I kind of stay with him now. I see where he's coming from 5 months later, a year later. But he knows to come back around. He knows because the things he's done, if you count out other people he's lost, then he'd be nowhere right now. If you count out other people that came back after they said they were done with him, look that's where he is right now.
Exactly.
All these people saying, oh, I could never trust Kanye again. Oh, he's crazy for that.
And question.
He's still up.
Question. Where would we be in hip hop? If not for Kanye causing trouble. So when he went up on that stage in 2009 and he snatched that girl's award, he went to Japan. And that's when he got a lot of inspiration with the anime.
Oh yes.
For his design, the Yeezys, for his music, and that further pushed the culture even more than where it was before. And
he wasn't going there alone. He went there with the crew. He went there with Virgil.
Oh yeah.
R.I.P. Virgil. But he went there with him. They was going crazy. They were making things work. And think about it, he wouldn't even have considered going. At least not then. At least not with that much passion inside of him to be like, I gotta get something. I gotta do something. He wouldn't have felt that strongly about it if he was like, oh well, I don't think she should have won. But I mean, hey man, you win some, you lose some. Not the same. If you don't get that burning passion out of Kanye, it's not the same.
So what character do you think Kanye was channeling when he went up on that stage in 2009?
Duce. Bro, he literally said that it was a mix of alcohol, like he was lit. I'm saying, bro, be tripping, bro. That right there is no character, bro. I mean, I guess it's Ye, but that's how he trick people into like, oh, I could do this, and you know, like you said it, like that pushed him to go to China and all this. Yeah, he messed up. He do nut shit. And then he goes to, like, he paints a story. And then it's like, oh, I see it. No, you just see his fuck-ups and what he just did. Like, he turns it into art. And I feel like that's music, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, your mistakes and, like, your great moments. Like, especially being an artist, like it happens every day. Like, if Future get a new girlfriend and he drop an album, everybody like, dang, is he talking about that girl? You feel me? It's everything an artist do, they turn it into art. So from an art, it's like whatever though. But what I'm saying is you can't go running for president and be a politician, bro. That's just weird. Like you can't mix, like, you know what I'm saying? Be an artist.
So the president is the worst thing for you?
What?
The president was the worst.
Keep going back to that?
Where you drew the line?
Because it's just like, it's all about how people perceive you, I feel like. And like some people don't realize the influence that they have among like the next generation. And that's what's important.
That's true.
Oh, this is cool, yes. Art is, you know, technology is changing every day. So just having an influence, having having a platform or having a voice, I just feel like you got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? If 1 minute you're saying, oh, you're for the country, you know, like when you say that, are you really for the country? And then you go, you know, do some nut shit. It's just like, that's what I'm saying. Like, yes, the character, but that's where I lost it with Kanye. I was like he's doing too much. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some people can still listen to his music and all. Like if I see him performing, like, you know, I'll check it out. But just I can't. Like, I'm not there with Kanye no more. It's just like.
So you can't even listen to his music?
No.
So it's just he's done too many wrong things.
Nah, it's just like too much. But like you are affecting too much now. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a platform. You're affecting too much. You know, power comes with responsibility, bro. And when you do something wrong, like it comes with accountability. So it's just like you're affecting too much. That's what I'm saying. Like if you would have just stayed in your lane, like, you know, like look at an artist like YoungBoy. You know what I'm saying? He's YoungBoy. Like, you know, I don't like some of the things he do. Some people do. Some people, you know, but he's not going and running for president or doing no run.
But that's,
you know what I'm saying?
But now he's doing crazy stuff too, though.
Hold on, let me say this.
Come on, y'all.
Let me say this. Because you making now I feel like the point is changing. Because you're saying like you shouldn't be switching your lane and doing all these crazy things if you have such a great influence on the younger generation, which I agree with. He definitely has a great impact. Whatever he does might impact millions of people, and they're all young and vulnerable. They listen to whatever he says, etc. But I'm still sticking with what I was saying earlier. If you have the power to do it, and he's not like, it's not like malicious, then I don't really have a problem with it. It's not like he's like, oh, attack everyone and go hurt everybody that you see, because that's some other.
That sounds like a character right there. So what character you thought he was channeling when he walked up on stage?
Vegeta. Pride. Too much pride.
Come on,
You can't out pride him. He's not stopping. If he sees something wrong, it's like, well, my time has come. I gotta fix all the wrongs in the world. And now that's another problem. You can't be the judge and jury by yourself and just try to run the world how you see fit without the power to do it. But still, when Kanye went up on that stage and took the mic from Taylor Swift, it was Vegeta. All over his face, he could see it. Prince of all sayings, King of Pride, Vegeta. He saw something wrong, had to stop it. He couldn't let that go. He could not say, "Oh no, this is wrong. I'm gonna let it slide." No.
And that's the thing. That's why I will always.
A little mix of do say.
Okay, no, look, that was definitely
maybe,
he had Hennessy.
Maybe it allowed him to express that fully. Maybe he couldn't do it if he was completely sober. Maybe it wouldn't have worked out. He said, I need to feel free in this moment to enact what I see is true. He said, nah.
Yeah.
Stop right now. This is madness. Yeah. You cannot win this award.
And then he apologized. Then he took it back.
Did he apologize? He apologized? Yeah, he did.
It was like
a half.
But Taylor Swift felt that like she needed to gain some more like respect from him again. But it's just like, yeah. But you sound like a Kanye fan, though. Yeah.
And then they OD'd it because remember what he said about George Bush didn't like black people. He's like, George Bush does not care about black people. They brought that up in the interview. They were like, remember that time when you said that? But everybody likes when he said it. They were like, you know what? George Bush doesn't care about black people. But it's like they pick and choose when you want to accept Kanye being that person. And it's like, you're not going to agree every time. You just can't.
Well, let me say this, though. I think that's always going to be the case. Because when you have someone who's saying such, like, non-filtered things, just basically just raw ideas, exactly. Just thoughts in his head. When you're just saying the thoughts that come into your head, some people are going to feel it and some won't.
Yeah.
And so you're going to get the people who feel it and people who don't every single time. Mm-hmm. And then they might change their mind. They might be easily affected. Oh, wait, people don't like Kanye anymore? Okay, let me go back and rethink this. Oh, yeah, you know what? He's wrong. I think that's how it is. Because he's just, at the end of the day, I think we can all agree, he's unfiltered. Mm-hmm. For better or for worse, he is without filter. Mm-hmm. So you get people who think about, like, oh, man, I didn't want to say that, but I think he's kind of right. And you get people who say, nah, he's dead wrong. He shouldn't have said that. And that's going to be for every situation, every outburst, every idea that he has. It's going to be some who with and some who aren't. I think that's a missed story until he stops for whatever reason. That's just going to be it.
He ain't gonna
never stop. But I think
I'll keep paying attention to him.
That is true. Attention as well is definitely an enabler. That's definitely, I can't lie. Yeah. That's definitely true. The more he gets attention, the more he gonna do it. But I mean, what you gonna do? Yeah. You know, Northern Maine's running for president. Don't look away. You can't look away.
That's what that tweet said. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I stand on my point. Like, Man say he lost $2 billion in one day. Like, I'm for, but probably though in endorsements, Adidas, like and all that. So you gonna
Potential
keep that,
earnings.
You know what? That reminds me the Adidas deal.
Yeah.
What about that? How y'all feel about that? Because think about it, they reneged him.
Yeah.
After all that he said, they're like, yeah, we can't.
And what's really wild, because I watched that interview when he was on Drink Champs. He said way more wild.
He did
more wild things than that.
did.
And I don't understand how that's the only thing that's being like put under a magnifying glass and
because he
being
knows
drawn
that's what
out.
people want to hear.
So when he was on Drink Champs, like, so we got what he was acting like in 2009.
Yeah. In 09, it was Vegeta all day.
Fast forward over a decade on Drink Champs. What character was that?
The whole Saiyan race, all of them.
Yeah.
All the living ones.
And for people who don't
Everyone
know,
that's alive right now.
yeah,
I'll talk about Broly, Gohan, Vegeta, Trunks, little baby Pan, all of them. He felt that in his chest. He had to get it out. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. He was not going for it that day. He let out like an array of secrets.
Did you watch the interview?
Yeah.
He just walked in. He was just ready. They were like, "Whoa!" Like, it's like he's like that was therapeutic. It seemed
Basically,
like just come in there and say everything he ever wanted to say.
He got like 5 years worth of stuff off his chest. Like, oh yeah, and the moon is fake.
Finally,
What?
right? But people was stuck on one comment.
What
he
thing?
said a whole bunch of stuff.
One thing. I mean, that's how it is though. It's like we said. It's about the pick and choosing. They can't. I don't even think it's possible at this point to keep up with everything that's going on. You got to pick one thing and stick with it. And even though he unleashed a volley of hidden truths and facts that we just didn't know about, if you pick one thing, it's easy because it's not like he didn't say it. Yeah. So it's easy to just go at that and be like, yeah, pull back.
But I also think that there's a racial aspect to it. With him being a black man, there's certain things that as a black man you can or can't say.
Facts.
And so I feel like one of those things was he mentioned George Floyd and nobody was in uproar but black people.
I mean, that's...
Adidas ain't say nothing about it. JP or Morgan Chase ain't say nothing about it. I feel like that's like the bigger thing that people are ignoring as well. Like there's a race aspect that is not being talked about because black people are the only people that care about black people.
Bro, that's...
So...
I mean, if you look, if you want to see what something you can or can't do, you just look at who you can't make fun of.
Yep.
If you can't make fun of them, then you shouldn't.
Yeah.
If you do, your life gonna get taken away like this.
Exactly.
They're gonna take everything away from you. Because you think about like the changes that Kanye made to the fashion industry, and it's Adidas as a company. Imagine all the attention they got from them $500 Yeezys, them $800 shoes, and slippers and sandals. It couldn't cost much to make, but they're pulling in millions on millions and millions. And they're like, you know what? He crossed the line. You gotta cut him loose. Yeah. One thing. And then you got, like you said, black people focusing in the wrong area when Adidas and Kanye both lost. They both lost from that. And then people aren't even looking at that. They're like, oh well.
He lost them, and that was it.
Yeah, that's it. They're not noticing that Adidas is bleeding right now too, but no one's looking in that direction because of how it's been focused and how it's been put. Yep. But again, you can't get to everybody. Yeah. Just get to who you can.
So can we talk about Lil Uzi?
It's Lil Uzi. What's going on with Lil Uzi?
You see how Uzi still feels like, you know what I'm saying? Like the first time
you a cartoon character.
Yes, bro. He's not walking up on stage, but doing stuff like that. He influenced a lot of, I feel like, the manga stuff too. And his album releases, like you look at his covers, like it's like, damn, Lil Uzi. Maybe because he's short, so it already, you know what I'm saying? Like all that plays into the character.
I think it definitely does. I think he capitalized on everything. Like every piece of him, he capitalized on. He didn't let any part of him go to waste. And anything that didn't help him, he just cut it off, basically.
What's one of your favorite Lil Uzi songs?
Shells.
Shells?
I know he just got the feature, but
Shells go crazy.
All day. Come on,
go crazy.
You can't. Like he has great songs, but Shells is that one. I'm gonna stick by Shells. I got to. But I mean, like you said,
I was gonna ask you, did you listen to Lil Uzi?
I don't actually.
But like, are you familiar with like his artwork?
I'm familiar with him, his image. Yeah.
Yeah, his image is cool. I feel like if Kanye would have kind of stayed in that lane instead of turning it into a Vegeta or something like that, then maybe he'll still have some of them deals.
That life wasn't meant for him.
It's not. That's something like that. I can't see it. I know the point that you're making. I get what you're saying. Like if he had just stayed where he was and just really maxed out in that lane, it could have been somewhere else. But I can't see it. Because it wouldn't even make sense, honestly, for him to be that kind of person.
I do feel like to a certain degree, people feel like they should stay in the box that you originally saw them as.
Definitely.
And it's like people are multifaceted, like, True. And people evolve, and they should be able to explore those things, especially as an artist. You're literally called
especially
an artist.
As an
Yeah,
artist.
like you should be able to express those things.
It's basically
now, to your point, some things you should not be expressing because it could cause problems. But yeah,
look,
I wonder if you could ask Kanye right now, like, what is one thing you wish like you would could take back? Would it be like some of the things he done, or you think he'll be okay with it? Just like how you said, like artists should be able to express and do that. But do you still think it's some things he would want to take back?
I see what you're saying. Yeah, we're gonna end it on this note. Truly, I think Kanye would say nothing. I think he would say, "Nah, it's my life. I live how I want to live it, and I made these choices." That's what I think what he would say. That's my best guess. He would say he wouldn't take anything back. He wouldn't. Now, I might be wrong. Kanye might see this and say, "Oh, well, actually, I would say." I think he's gonna say nothing.
He definitely gonna say that.
That's what But look. I think we had a good conversation today. I think we did that. I think we got some good points covered. Y'all agree?
Sure.
yeah,
Y'all feel that way? Okay.
Yeah.
Look, there we have it. And thank you all again for tuning in to another episode of Manga Mentality Podcast. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, tell your friends and family, and don't forget, Manga Mentality is a mindset.
So you want to play varsity?
Ay, run it up by the morning. Only one still on it. Only one still on it. Only one still really feeling.